before you know, moving back. So Syrup is going to be quite the challenge, but I think this is a good test for Apple Reviewer to see what he has learned of New Jersey so far and see if he can just get through to Syrup's defenses. I mean, we've seen the Ness, so interesting. Not going for the Steve.
No Steve this time around, just going straight up with the Ness, which is pretty interesting. But I mean, I know Apple Reviewer has a solid amount of Steve EXP, so and Syrup is just as good with the Ness, it feels like, compared to the Steve. So definitely makes a lot of sense. This is what put him on the map.
Exactly.
Originally.
Yeah, and it's weird that you mentioned, you know, a lot of Steve experience, because I feel like a lot of people don't have a lot of Ness experience. Of course, Sen, PK Chris are some names that come up to mind, Syrup as well, but that's not a lot. I mean, most of them are in the East anyway, so it's like you don't really see or fight against a lot of Nesses, at least good Nesses, in tournaments in general. But Syrup right now, with quite the lead, able to give with the PK Thunder, you're going to see that a lot, punishing that very, very bad recovery, I would like to say, from Brawler. But that Thrupper can deal a lot of damage and kill pretty early.
Yeah. No, for sure. The Thrupper is going to be a major threat here, as we're going to see that KO instantly come through. I mean, Thrupper is going to be really huge. It has a massive hitbox as well, which is probably why Syrup decided to go with Ness, right? Because you can just use the projectiles rather than having the edge guard and contest with the giant Thrupper hitbox.
At the same time, I fear the floatiness of Ness, like that characteristic of that character, might cost them a lot, because it keeps him very open and susceptible to a lot of Thruppers that Apple Reviewer is going to go for. Not to mention that he is a pretty slow character, and Steven kind of just get away with minecart. So I'd like to see what Syrup can do, what his options are in disadvantage, but right now he's in advantage. Gets hit by 2 up airs into the Thrupper. That is what we know Apple Reviewer for.
The Apple Reviewer special right there. I mean, he is better than almost anybody in the game at getting those off, but Syrup has some tricks of his own. Going to bring it to a last stock situation. Very exciting way to start off this back and forth game 1.
Back and forth indeed. I mean, right now we're seeing Syrup in the back burner just a bit. A little bit flustered, I'm not going to lie, by these quick stocks that Apple Reviewer's taken, but you have to keep your composure.
Yeah, no, Syrup is a very composed person, though, so I have no doubts that he can definitely pull off a victory here, as he is the #1 seed for a reason. But even if not, he's one of those players that can afford to use game 1 to experiment a little bit, you know what I mean? So maybe if he loses, he switches to Steve.
He might. I mean, right now it's not looking too hot, but we know Ness can kill from these percentages. He can make these comebacks. It's just if Syrup can get these reads, and that suplex is going to help Apple Reviewer find an easier way to take these stocks. But I think he was talking about it earlier. If you can't find your confirms with Brawler, it takes a while to kill, but you get that Thrupper out of shield, and that's no problem. That's all Apple Reviewer needs. It's just that one stray hit to be able to kill, but also find a combo as well.
Yeah, and we saw right there why the Thrupper is so good. Again, the hitbox is key. Apple Reviewer, as good as he is at using Thrupper, the main reason why is because he understands how big of a hitbox that thing has. In that situation, Syrup really spacing that forward there as much as he possibly could, but it just wasn't enough because that move's kind of broken.
It's also a pretty good out shield option, so good stuff on Apple Reviewer to be able to spot that. We're going to Smashville this time, a smaller stage. As Ness, I don't know. I mean, maybe I get it. You kind of want to play close quarters because Ness has some pretty disjointed moves like forward air. Even Nair is pretty good. Gets the magnet. Doesn't get the
his jump though. Yeah,
good stuff from Apple Reviewer to be able to recover, and the Thrupper actually saving Syrup.
Yeah, the hitbox is crazy, but hold on. Does that kill? Okay, I was going to say, not enough rage there, but yeah, very scary situation. It's definitely one of the things where you are just so terrified as soon as he gets that grab off.
Yeah, back to neutral we go for both these guys. So they're finally finding a bit of a hit off of that forward air, but right back into disadvantage. Apple Reviewer's movement has been crazy. Gets hit by that back air, but the flip finally coming through, and what a recovery once again from Apple Reviewer.
Yeah, and I think, again, using that Thrupper really well. We saw earlier, oh wow, great read, but not enough to KO, but the back air will certainly do it. Yeah, really good read right there. What I was going to mention before is that, again, like the Thrupper hitbox, it helps contest some of these things that would otherwise edgeguard any other character. Like that yo-yo, normally an instant death option, but, well, I mean, it's an instant death option.
Well, yeah, it's one of them.
But by the ledge, he was able to contest it with the Thrupper, which is crazy. I remember a few fusions ago, it beat out the core and pin, which was ridiculous. But speaking of ridiculous, this Syrup combo almost being deadly.
Yeah, Rose trying to get that read off Apple Reviewer. He was a bit ticked off that Apple got that Mach Punch off. But again, got to keep your composure. Can't go for a lot of greedy options like that. Good PK Thunder just to send Apple Reviewer back into disadvantage. That's all you want to do. You don't want to let this character have any sort of space to be able to get any hit off. Gets that suplex, tries to get a read with a downer. Had the right read, but I think that the
was a little bit off.
Yeah. Good back throw to take that stock off.
And there we see during that stock so much pressure being put on from Syrup in the neutral game. This is why we see the Smashville counter pick, right? The single platform situation, although it helps Apple Reviewer right there, for the most part, it's been very helpful towards Syrup. But here we go, though. That is a KO.
That beat.
Again, you get grabbed once, and like you might as well just start running your will.
Yeah, right. Now that's just Apple Reviewer catching out Syrup, air dodging a lot out of disadvantage, or at least trying to increase his movement, because Ness has one of the best air dodges in terms of its distance. So
yeah.
Ooh, able to beat out that Magnet with Brupper once again. So far the MVP of this match.
Yeah, definitely doing a little bit of everything right now. Looking like Luka Doncic with this amount of carrying. Shout out to any NBA fans in the chat right now, as we start to see another advantage state from Apple Reviewer that could potentially be huge. This would be a massive win if Apple Reviewer, who is fighting for a top 5 spot this season in New Jersey, if he can pull out this dub, it would be huge, and he has an opportunity here.
Good air dodge, just to float away from Apple Reviewer, looking for that forward air once again. Has him off stage, doesn't get the up smash. This might be it. Nope.
But uses air dodge. He's going to have to recover the traditional way.
No! Unfortunate. You know exactly what Syrup wanted, but that PK Thunder unfortunately connecting with that, with Smashville, and going to lose 2-0. I mean, hey, like I mentioned